Good morning, Lexirosa.poet here. I got a really awesome message today from somebody from back in college. It's been years. They're talking about how they're so thankful of how positive I am. But I wanted to communicate that it's not me. Like, don't give me the glory. I want you all to know I battle with insecurity and not feeling enough all the time. All the time. This morning was a perfect example, and last night as I went to bed is another example. It's like I started my own marketing company. I debate whether I should continue building or go get a real job, go work for somebody else. And I wrestle with the question of, am I enough? Am I doing the right thing all the time? And so what do you do when that voice comes to your mind that you're not enough? What do you do when that voice comes into your mind that talks about everything bad about you? Like, oh, you're just failing at this. You're just that. Another mistake, another failure. You'll never get it right. You're not enough. You don't have enough. I want to communicate, I guess, a tactic for me. Music is key. I feel like whatever you listen to really will touch the soul and the emotions. So this morning I listened to Lauren Daigle's You Say. Is it You Say? But anyway, it talks about what God says about us. And secondly, I recommend praying. I combat those voices with prayer, and I'm like, God, who do you say I am? And once God reveals to you who he says you are, whether it's through somebody while you're interacting with them that really knows you, or just you processing with him in your quiet time, and maybe I'll do a video about how do you do that? How do you ask God, and how do you listen and surrender to what he has to say? But the other day I was just praying and praying and praying and praying, and I'm like, God, what do you say I am? How do you view me? Who do you say I am? And then I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were talking about something else. And then I was like, I wonder what God says about that. And instead, immediately this word came to my mind, which is valor. And I was like, I actually have heard that word, but I really don't think I've ever looked it up. And what does valor mean? But it talks about strength during battle, or like fearlessness during battle, like pursuing during a battle, overcoming during a battle. And I thought that was so dope of God to say that, because my name means warrior in Greek, and it means helper. And so I feel like I'm a helper for other people when they're in battle. I feel like I'm a warrior. I know I am a fighter for sure. I'm a tough cookie in a good way, but still soft and gentle. And so the word valor was perfect. It's like, it's not about how many times I get knocked down. It's about how many times I get back up. It's not about the battle. It's about the strength through the battle. And I'll have to look up the exact wording, or the exact definition I had. I journaled all of it. But synonyms for the word was like bold, brave. And it's funny, I always tell myself, be bold and be brave. So why do I share this? I think in social media, it's so easy to look at people and be like, they just have it all together. Well, guess what? My name's Lexirosa.poet. I don't have it all together. My name's Lexirosa.poet. I battle insecurity regularly. My name's Lexirosa.poet. I ask myself if I'm enough constantly. I compare myself sometimes and wonder if I'm pretty enough, wonder if I'm smart enough, wonder if I'm hardworking enough, if I'm driven enough. Wondering if I'm lost, if I'm too big of a dreamer, if I'm not logical enough. I ask myself these questions of not being enough and who I am versus who I want to be all the time. But guess what? I combat those lies by asking my Creator, asking Jesus, asking God who he says I am. And then I lock in who he says I am, because his words are never changing. I lock it in because he is the words of truth. He really knows me. He wove me inside and out. So that is the voice I choose to listen to. And then I use that as a combat. So when I'm struggling, I have an active combat on what to say to the enemy. I have an active combat on who God says about me. And then I listen to music that affirms that affirms. So I have the song, I like the song Queen by Jessie J. I like the acoustic, and I'm sorry, the piano version of it. listen to Lauren Daigle, You Say. I really hope that's the name of the song. I listen to songs just communicating strength about who I am. So, in a world with a lot of masks, know that I take off my mask so I can share with you the reality of who I am. And so I'm very thankful for that message that says, like, thank you, like, you're so positive. But I just want you to know I'm still a human and I still battle. Same insecurities you're probably battling. The difference is I try to use my voice and my tactics. I try to share them with you guys so you don't have to live believing a lie. So you don't have to live with oppression and depression over you about those things that are not true about you. So I feel like my purpose is to call out who God says you are and to help give you tools to become a flourishing flower you are, and to help you remove the weeds that are choking your plant. I hope you receive this well. This is day 3 of posting videos, social media, like I promised. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Toodles.